Welcome everybody to another Big Brain Puzzles. I am MBW, the Megabit Warrior, and today we are going to be playing Connectivity by Fenners, and I'm excited for this puzzle. It looks like just like rule-wise that this one's going to be a lot of fun, and so I definitely would suggest if you guys do like puzzles, you know, definitely try this one. I'm gonna be doing a blind run on this puzzle, so you guys can watch me do this puzzle. You can pause it, you can play along, do whatever you want. But like, these things are so fantastic, so I really suggest that you do play it. But let me go ahead and go through the rule set so you guys know what to do if you guys are gonna play, or just to follow along to see what I'm doing. Haha! All right, so normal Sudoku rules apply. So, if you never played Sudoku, I suggest trying to play Sudoku. But every row, every column, and every grid that's in the bold lines, digits 1 through 9 are in there, but they cannot repeat. So no repeating in a row, no repeating in a column, and no repeating in a grid. Region sum lines. The 3x3 box border divides the blue lines into segments. So, like this one, for example, if you notice the bold line kind of divides these in here. So what that means is that this sum, which is just one in here, is equal to this sum, which is equal to this sum. This segment sum can be different from other lines. Wait, let me read that again. Oh, I didn't read the sentence beforehand. Okay, so the 3x3 borders divide a blue line into segments. Each segment along the line has the same sum, but this segment sum can be different for different lines. Oh, it just means like if this was equal to 7, this can also be equal to 7, but it can also be different, so it could be 11, for example. Okay, but as long as it's on the same line, like this obviously has to be equal to each other. Okay, that makes sense. Renban. Digits along a pink line, they're kind of purplish, but like pink purple, yeah. Pink line form a set of non-repeating consecutive digits. These digits can appear in any order. So, say for example, if this was a 1, 2, 3 Renban, this is consecutive, so this would work. But then we can also have be 1, 2, 3. It doesn't have to be in the order that you want. It could also be this. It could also be this. We don't know, but it has to be consecutive along each of the pink lines. German whispers. Adjacent digits on a green line must have a difference of at least 5. So, since this is the longest one, I can kind of show you. So if this is equal to 1, then this can be 5 or more. So this can be a 6, this could be a 7, this can be an 8, this can be a 9. Let's just say if it's 8, 5 from that means it can't be a 4. It could be a 3, it could be a 2. Since it's in the same grid, it can't be a 1. So that would be a possible solution right there. But again, it has to be 5, at least 5 away from there. All right, arrows. Digits along a arrow sum to the digit in the arrow circle. So that means if this is 9, these two have to equal this digit. So this could be like that. Let's just say this is 8. This can be like that. Let's just say, for example, yeah, there we go. I think that's all the rules. Cool. All right, so since we have all the rules, let's go ahead and get started. Again, the link is in the description, so if you want to play along, again, you can pause this video, or you can try to race me, or again, just watch me, hopefully not fail. Hopefully watch me be very successful, because we're going to do this freaking amazing. I had a streak of I did solve the puzzles, but I feel like I haven't solved them really fast. So I'm kind of like, this is my day. Today is my day, guys. So I'm excited for this puzzle. So anyways, let's go ahead and start the timer, and let's start going. Timer. There we go. All right. So first thing I want to probably do, this blue sum line calls out to me because it reaches here and the bold lines are coming across here. It means that these are the same digit. What's interesting is that it does see this, so somewhere in here is the digit as well. And I think the same thing over here is true. So like if this digit is let's just say it's like a 9, right? Oh, sorry. I'm just going to show you. Let's just say it's a 9. And this is a 9. Well, that means that none of these can be a 9 because of Sudoku rules in a column, and this in a row, so it can't be a 9. It also can't be a 9 on the sum, because how can you have anything on the blue line equal 9 when it's 9 plus, and you have to do digits 1 through 9? It would have to be like 900, and you can't do that, right? So 9 cannot be here as well, right? So 9 actually would go here. In other words, I know it's not 9, or it could be 9. I don't know exactly if it's 9 or not. But what I do know is that these are the same digits, which means these can be the same digits. And that could be the same digit. What I don't know, though, is like if it was 9, it would have to go here because the sum of this has to be in here, right? But I just realized the lowest that this can be, right, is a 1, 2, 3, which means that this is either going to be a 6, 7, 8, or 9. Just wanted to kind of show you that. So we know at least this has to be a 6, 7, 8, or 9. Because this is a Ren band, that means this needs to be a low number, but of course it's going to be a low number. What's the highest number that this could be? Like if we had like a 1, 2, which is a 3, that means like a 6 can go here. In other words, 7, 8, 9 cannot go in here. It would have to be outside this. Interesting. Since this is the lowest it can go, seven. Interesting. I don't think we can exactly say what this is going to be yet. What I do know is that it's going to at least be a 1, 2, 3, or 4. Actually, can it ever be a 4? Because then this would have to be 9. Yeah, I guess that could work. Okay. We at least know that this would have to be true. Okay. All right. So we know either the 6, 7, 8, and 9 is anywhere here. Again, if this is 6, it still works. This could be higher than that, right? So we at least know that. But we also know that the 6, 7, 8 is somewhere here, or 6, 7, 8, 9. That pink line is here. How many digits is along here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh my god, it has all 9. Okay. All right. So since this has all 9 digits in a consecutive line, and again, anywhere they just can't repeat. But we know every single digit 1 through 9 is in this line completely. So what I can say about that, actually this is interesting. What I can say about that is that this, since it has to be here, that means it cannot be in here. So let's just say it's a 9. And that means the 9's in here, right? It means that 9 cannot be here. However, that means it has to be in here. But 9 plus anything would make that over 10. And we could see right here that these two digits are the same. Right? And it has to be a digits 1 through 9. So it can never be a 9. I think it can be an 8, because if it could be 8 plus 1, which would mean that these are 9s. Yeah, that could. But we at least know that this is true. And actually that means that this can never be 4. Interesting. Okay. If this is a 6, meaning this is a 6, that means a 6 has to go somewhere here. If it's a 6. I'm not going to label it because I don't know if it's a 6. But 6 plus 1 is 7. So that means these have to be, the lowest it can ever be is a 7. So it's a 7, 8, or 9 in these digits. Meaning whatever is in here, and I'll just label it so you can see it. Whatever is in here, since it's seeing all this, has to be here. Which means it has to be here. Ooh, this is interesting. I actually kind of like this puzzle. I like the way that it's kind of like showing. But anyways, I solved this because, again, it can't be any of these digits. And this is seeing that, that's seeing that. So it's one of these. If this is a 7, 8, or 9, it would have to go here if it was a 9. But like 7 plus 1. So this would have to be an 8 or a 9 lowest. Because again, if this was lowest, oh, it could go there though. We at least know it, if it is that digit, the same digit, it's there. But if it does land here, it could be like plus 1 or plus 2. Like 7, 2, 9, 7, 1, 8. Far out. This is pretty cool. I actually am really digging this this puzzle so far. I'm trying to look to see if like there's a way to see this and make it so that this is not equal to 9. Like if we could say that this is not 9, that would be super interesting. I'm not seeing it though. All right, let's where should I go? Where should I go? I was gonna say, is there any way to see? No, I don't know. I was trying to see like if this is consecutive, right? Or it is consecutive. But can a 9 ever be on it? No. Because this would have to be a 7 or 8, and so you can never have consecutive on here. Because if it did have a 9, it would be 9, 8, 7, which would all those digits, so that's not possible. But I was trying to think, like, is that going to, like, show us anything? But not really. There's still, like, 5 different ones that it could be. Well, I guess 6 different ones that it could be. So that didn't really help anything. I guess let me label this. So because we got rid of the 9, the lowest that this can be is 1 plus 2 is 3. So 5. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. What I do know is that it does have to have a 1 in here. Can it not have a 1? Let me see. 1 plus, or not have a 2, I mean. 1 plus 3 plus 4 is 8. Yeah. All right. Okay, so all 4 of these digits are these numbers. Because if it's on this line, it can't be on any of the other pink ones, right? So, and same thing here. All these numbers are these. Since this adds to whatever the other things are, we can at least say that, like, well, I was gonna say, I really can't restrict anything yet. Damn. I was thinking that I can restrict something right there. This can never equal the orange one because of that logic that we said. I don't know why that's important. It is important somewhere. I'm just gonna put it here just to kind of show. This number is somewhere here. Never gonna be here. I'm never gonna give you up and never gonna let you down. It's also gonna be here. I don't know if that's, I don't know why I'm labeling it. I just kind of want to visualize and see it. Right? Because basically, like, if we're visualizing it, at least, like, these are the possible solutions on where it can be. Because everywhere else it cannot. Does anything jump out on me? Nothing's jumping out at me. Yeah, nothing's jumping out at me. Okay. So 9 cannot be any of these. So 9 is going to be somewhere here. I want to point that out because you cannot be on the arrow. So these are the only solutions currently that a 9 can be on. If a 9 is here, that would make it 9, 8, 7 somewhere. So this would have to be 6. That could still work because 1, 2, 3. I mean, that still works. Man, okay. Damn, it still works. I don't want it to work. Okay. It's not like I can make it not so. Okay. I guess I could do the same thing that I was doing over here. I think it's gonna go somewhere here. Again, just to visualize it. What's interesting is if it's ever on this line, the only possible solution is that it has to be... No, never mind. Never mind. Never mind. Forget what I'm saying. I guess the same thing applies here for 8, right? No, if this is a 9, this could still be 8, 7, 6. Yeah, never mind. Ignore me. Ignore me. Only I knew if this was actually a 7, 8, or a 9. I at least know... we at least know that one low number is here. I'm saying that because then I know at least one low number is here. It's really not doing anything. Okay. If I don't have the 1, 2 here, I mean, if I do have a 1, 2 here, highest that this is, or lowest this can go is a 3, 4, so that makes that a 7, 8, 9. It still works. Little stumped here. What I can say is 5 can't be here, 5 can't be here. It can't be here either, but I mean, it's kind of obvious, but try to visualize anything here. So let's just say 6 is what this is. Ooh. Or wait. I don't want to absolutely say this. Okay. What I was going to say was, let's pretend that this is the pink one. 6, 7, or 8. That means that this, like if this is the pink one, it can't be in here, right? But it also, because this is pink, it also can't be here. So that means whatever is in here will be here. And vice versa. If this is here and that's seeing this, still can't be that. So then this is seeing this. So in other words, this can never be the same digit. Since it can't be the same digit, at least one of the times it does have to come down here. They could still both be, but at least we know that it cannot be like that. So, if it is like that, do we know then if it's going to be a 1 or a 2? Ooh. I mean, what I mean by that is, or it could be 3, now that I'm thinking about it. Okay, let me explain what I was going to say. I'm going to label it so that we can visualize this. So let's just say this is a 6. If I say that this is a 1, that would make that a 7, right? Then we know that the 7 has to go somewhere here. For it to work, though, I would have to do something like that. Yeah, so it is only a 1 or a 2. So I just want to show you to visualize it. So again, lowest that this can be is a 6. So since we know at least one of them have to be on the arrow, that means this has to be a 7. Some like the 7 is here. Which means, oh wait, that doesn't necessarily mean that the 7's here. What am I doing? What am I doing? Ignore me. Ignore me. That's why I was saying 3. Okay. Anyways, 6 has to go somewhere over here. Yeah, that's it. It will never be one higher than that. Yeah. Okay. All right. So let me show you what this is gonna work either way from like up here or down here. So I'm just gonna kind of show you on this end. But either way, we know that it's gonna be somewhere. I'm just gonna put it here for right now. So let's just say that this is the 6 if it is a 6. Well, I do need to add it to something. So lowest it can be is a 1. Makes that a 7. But we do know also that the 6 has to go here. What's the lowest that it can go here? Well, currently it's a 2, but let's just say like we have 2, and let's just say that this is the case, right? All I know is that whatever digit I put here cannot be what's added here. Because 6 plus 2 is 8, but 8 is seeing the sum of this. So the sum of this is 8, but it's seeing that. So, which means this has to be different. Like, the sum of this has to be different from the sum of this. Because now it can be 8. And vice versa. This can be that, and then this, and then these can be 7s. What that means, though, is it can never be 9. And let's show that. Or actually, not 9. 8, I mean. So let's show that. So again, let's just say that this is 8, meaning 8 has to go somewhere here. That means a 1 has to be there, right? Because it can't go higher than that, right? But that means that the 8 has to go somewhere here, but it can't be a 1 because then the 9 would see this 9. So this can never be an 8, in other words. So we can already dispel the illusion that this is going to be an 8 because it's never going to be an 8. Also, that means that's never going to be a 5. Okay. So can we do that with 7? So if 7 is here, that means, I don't know why I did it that way. 7 is here. This can either be a 1. Let's just say it's a 1. But that means that, yes, this could be a 7 or a 9, right? So now, or sorry, 7 and 2, making this 9, I mean, because then it makes this different. So this can still be a 9. And this can also be 8 in this scenario. Same thing with the 6. 6 works out with that portion. Now, I guess what I also am figuring is it does mean that there has to be a 2 in here, right? Let me see, 1, 4, or 1, 3, 4 would be 8, and that can't be. So this has to have a 2 in it, meaning whatever's in here that 1 or 2. It's like, I don't think there was ever a possibility that it could be 3, right? I can't have a 3 in here. No, I can. But that 1, 2, or 3. Ooh. I was gonna say has to go either here or here, but like it could be 1, 2, 4. Dang it. Man, I felt like I was going somewhere with that. Oh man, dang it. That sucks. Okay. Wait, can I do something with this? 7 minus 5 is 2. Oh yeah, this can never be a 3. Ooh, that means this 1, 2 is seeing this. So we know that this has to be a 3, 4 right here. A 3 or a 4. Okay. I don't know. That does mean, though, is I do need a lower number here. It's at least going to be a 3. It can't be a 3 or a 4, or a 3 and a 4, though, because that would make this not possible. So it at least needs to be like a 3, 5. Which means this has to be a 6 or 8 or a 9, in other words. Just gonna try to see if that was gonna open up anything for us, but I don't believe it did. I don't believe it did. Okay. Again, since this one has to have a 6 or a 7, 1, 2, 3 has to be in it. Definitely still works. Definitely still works. Okay. Eh. My cats are doing something over here. I don't know if you can pick that up in the microphone. hold on one second. All right, sorry about that. Cats are just getting into my. I have like a plant that I did made like some perler beads, and for some reason it's like a Mario pipe, and I made like the piranha plant coming out. But they keep on like knocking it out of the thing and like getting all the rocks that are in there. Anyways, back to this. Oh man. What do we know? Nothing. Nothing, Jon Snow. So again, but I know that it doesn't necessarily need to be in here. It could still be like this. Yeah, it could still be like that. Oh, damn it. This could never be a 6. Okay, so check this out. If this is a 6, yes, it can be in 1, but because this is in the middle, this one would also have to be a 1, but it's in the same grid, so you can't have the same digit in the same grid. So like this can never be a 6 because then both of these would have to be a 1. So this is a 7. Like it legit is a 7. Okay, so we got our first digit. In which wait. Oh yeah. In which we know that this can never be 7. So this does have to be at 8 or 9. And that makes sense because this is somewhere right here. There's going to be a 7. That's going to be accompanied by a 1 or a 2. Depending if it's like an 8 or a 9. Again, we don't know. We don't know. Okay. Okay. I still feel like we don't have much to go off of that. Okay. Okay, 7. Okay, 7, 8, 9. We know that if this is a 7, it has to go down, like, so 7, 6, 5, so it could still be on the line, so we're fine there. This can never have an 8 or a 9, because then I would have to have a 7 in it. So in other words, this can never be that color. Actually, does that mean... Same thing here? Yeah, it does mean. Okay. Interesting. So if I did have it here, it would have to be here. It's all going to be catty. Well, we do know, actually, what we do know is that this is higher than the pink. So I can't have, like, obviously, if this is pink, if this is 7, I can't have the higher number in here. But this can never be the higher number. So like 8 plus 7 is the lowest it could be. That would make this 15. So that's so in other words, this can never be that color. Can never be an 8 or a 9. In other words, okay. since we know that 8 or 9 has to be high, 1 and 2 is here, so these two cannot be ever. So in other words, this has to be. So it can never be there. Trying to see if there's any other. Anything that we could do like that. I don't know. Okay. So we know that 7 has to go on one of them, right? What's interesting is it does have to be, so that would make this an 8 or a 9, but it does have to be the opposite one. I'm just saying that because I wonder if we can prove like which 8 or 9 is this one. It's not coming to me. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to attempt, like, so again, if this is an 8 or a 9, because we don't know if this is or not. I don't know yet. Actually, I at least know that it's going to be 7, 8, or a 9. Yeah, if it's an 8 or a 9, it would have to be opposite of that. It could still go anywhere here, though. That's the problem. Man, I felt like I was going to be on a roll once I got those 7s. If the... I got it. I got it. Here it is. Here it is. This 8 or 9 I showed that it can't be here. If the 8 or 9 is here, that means the 7 would have to be in it. So that means it can't be here. So we know that this is not true, right? Actually, can it be here? Oh, no. Sorry. This is seeing this. So yeah. So anyways, it has to be here, right? What I was trying to say is, can this ever be like orange 8 or 9? Well, if this is seeing that, I just bamboozled myself. Hold on. Either way, what it means is if this is the 8 or 9, it would have to be like this, which means this would be the 8 or 9. What I'm trying to see is, like, is it possible to have the 8 or 9 here? It's like, yes, but like that would make this have to be 1. Because like this, if this was ever the 8 or 9, it would be here, which means it can't be here. So it'd have to be one of these two. But if it's there, it has to be like that somehow. That makes this 1. Yeah, no, I don't know. I wasn't able to break it that way. There was no breakthrough there. I know on each of these we have to have a high or a low number. So this is at least one high number. This is at least one high number. And then 1 has to be here. Okay, so 1 high number, 2 high number, 3 high number, 4 high number. Well, not technically. I don't know if there's going to be a high number here. I at least know 3 high numbers here. Okay. So if this, again, we know that it has to be on one of those. Yeah. It at least has to go on one of them. Okay. Which means the 7 is going to have to go somewhere. Okay. This is, so we know that one of these have to be a 7. Okay. If that's the case, then yes, this is true. 1 here, 2 here, 3, 4 here. But it could be here. I don't know. But what I'm trying to find out is on the one that it is, five would have to go here somewhere. So 5 is going somewhere there. This would have to be a low number. This would have to be a high number. Making this one a high number. I just don't know if it does anything. It's at least a high number that is not the orange 8 or 9, but it could be a 6. I mean, if it is a 6, it had to have a low number. It would have the 1 next to it because it would be like 6, 1. And I'm doing this on the one that this was the 7. And this has to have a 1 or 2. Is that it? If one of those has to be a 6, it would make this one a 1. Oh, what? And then it would make this 7 plus 2. So that would make these ones 9. But can I do it without it? Like, I'm trying to figure out, like, can I do this without it being 6? Because it can't be a 8 or 9. Cool. I don't know. I can't. What am I not seeing? Wait, damn it. This is 1 or 2, so it's 3, so this has to be a 4. Oh, I put the 7 there, so I could have added it up. I still don't know if that's going to do anything. It has to have the 3 in here. Because any higher, if it's, because it would be like a 5, 6, that's way higher than this, so this has to have a 3 in it. If it does have a 3 in it, it's either going to be a 5, so it can be 8, or it could be 6, so it can be 9. I don't know, but as far as I know, it has a 3 in it. So, can there be a 3 here? If 7's here, then it would have to be 3 plus 4, which cannot be. If the 7's here, then 7 plus 3 is 10, cannot be here. So 3 has to go down here, which makes 3 down here, or in there. Okay. If this was a 3, this would have to be a 1, 2. Because 4... Oh, actually, never mind. I don't know why I was thinking, like, since 4 is seeing the line, then it's not true. Okay, it still could be 4. Never mind. Let's ignore me. I just can't believe I didn't see that. If this is a 3 here, this would have to be an 8 or 9, but it'd have to be a different 8 or 9 here, so this would be like a unique one. If this was 8, that would be 9, in other words. I'm saying it out loud because I'm trying to think if that's telling us anything. Just means that, like, this one of the other ones right here would have to be the other 8 or 9. We already know that this can't be a 7, 8, or 9, so... Should we label those, like, to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6? So annoying. I feel like once I get something, it's like, oh, it's moving, and then it doesn't move. It doesn't move at all. It doesn't move at all. This 1 or 2. Seeing here, right? Can it ever be here? I would say yes. Especially because the 3 and the 4 is not seeing it, because that means it has to have. Because if not, again, since 3 and 4 cannot be here, and then this one's seeing it, that's the other 1 or 2. That means the lowest this could be is a 5, 6, and that's 11's way up there. So, so this has to have either the 1 or 2. I don't know why I labeled it. It did have the 1. Those are the possible solutions that it could be. Because if it had a 1, it'd be 1 plus 6, or 1 plus 7, or 1 plus 8. If it had the 2, it can have a 5 in it. And then these would be opposite. But either way, this one does have to be here somewhere. But that means it has to be there somewhere. Now the tricky part is this other one. Is going to have the same rule that applies to it. What is that telling us? I don't know, friends. I don't know. This is, I guess one thing it is telling us is if I know that this is green up here, 1, 2, can the other 1, 2 be here? If yes, then that means this has to be a 1 or 2. So that means this has to be a 1, 2, 3 sequence. Is that possible? No, because I just said that the 1, 2 has to be here. Well, if this is, let me see if this is 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that works. That freaking works. I was just gonna say, what son of a gun. Well, son of a gun. No. Okay. That was clever. Okay. Yeah, because again, that can be 2. This would be our 3. That could be our 4. 4 goes up there. Well, shish kebab. I feel like I get like a little bit closer and then I don't get close at all. I thought I was being clever with that. Hey, don't be scratching on my couch. Oh my god, we've been doing this for an hour. I think my cats are angry with me doing that. All right. Oh man. Okay. What I'm still trying to figure out is what I was trying to say earlier was like these can't be the same digit. Because if this digit is seeing this, that means it's here, right? So it's either this digit or that. So in other words, I guess let me see if I can mark it. In other words, this digit has to go here. And that digit has to go here. I'm I'm puzzled. I'm puzzled, y'all. Um, you see where I'm going with that, right? Like basically, like yes, this is an 8 or 9. Like both of these are 8 or 9. One of them is the orange, but they're both different. What I'm trying to figure out is the other 8 or 9 is going to be here somewhere. Like, since I know that this one has to be. Oh, actually, wait. Let's not say that. Let's not say that. My bad. I cannot say that. Oh, wait, I can't say that. Yeah, never. I did prove that the blue one has to be somewhere right here. Okay. Wait, did I? Yes. No. Did I ever say that? Like if this, oh my God. Okay, if this is orange, and I say that this is orange, the orange has to go. Yeah, because these are seeing that. Yeah. Okay, yeah, so that's true. Okay, so yeah. Yes. It's always going to be like this. Why did I label it this way? Like this. It's always going to be like this. And then one of the 1 or 2s are going to be in here. I don't know if it's going to be the gray one or the green one, but one of the 1, 2s are here. God, should I just label this like this? Obviously, this is not the 1 or 2. Should I just like that? Does that make it look a little bit better? Yeah. Pour, please. Oh. Why is this? Okay. One hour and 14 long minutes. Ah. One thing that I did say. Yeah. One thing that I did say is that on this and this, a 1 or a 2 does have to be there. If the 7 was here, It's like literally mislabeled this as... Wait. Oh, did I mess something up over here? Oh! I'm looking at this being blue again. Because if this is blue... Because I know it has to be 8 or 9. Let's just... Like, we're pretending that this is... It's not the orange one. So if this is... different... It can't go here. Wait, this can never have an 8 in it. If this had an 8 in it, it would be like 8 plus 1 is 9, and that would see that. So this can never have an 8 in it. Okay, anyways, if this was the blue one, it means either this or this has to be the 8 or 9. That would make this one 7. Because the 8 or 9 has to be here. But this still could be orange. But either way, if this was not, if, like, say for example, if this was 9 and this was 8, where would the 9 go? It would have to go here because it has to be orange, and none of these can be orange, so it'd have to go here. Meaning this would never be the other 8 or 9. Now, if this one was orange, again, seeing these, this one would be different. Yeah, so this could never be 8 or 9. This is our 7. Did we just do it? Did we just solve everything? I don't know. I'm not even that confident that that was right. I want to cry. Oh my god. Okay. That has to be right. That logic was pretty sound. So again, one of these are the 8 or 9. I don't know which one though. Okay, what that does mean is that the 7 is here, meaning this can't be a 7. So the 7's always going to be down here, meaning this can never be 8 or 5 or 6. It's always going to be a 7 or a 1 or a 2. We don't know which one. Wow. That was interesting. Wowee wow. Okay. But what's cool is now we see that the 8 and 9 are taken here. And the 7 is seeing that. That's no longer. That's no longer. This has to have a high number in it. This has a high 7, high 8, high 9. So one of these has to have a 6. Which 5 away is 1. Oh. Okay. Can I do the same thing here? No. Ooh, if this is 1 here, this is a 7 too. Why did I press that? Okay, meaning these are 9s. Okay, so the orange is a 9. That's an 8. So this is a 7, 1. This is seeing that, so this is a 2, this is a 1. So this is going to be a 2, 5. I really hope I'm doing this right. If this is not right, I'm going to cry so hard. So hard. Since we know that the orange is a 9 now, these can never be a 9 because they're on the arrow, so this is a 9. Okay. I mean, I guess I can get rid of I can get rid of the other colors then, because that's not going to be a green, and it's not going to be orange, but it is going to be the same color here, which, by the way, is one of these. Okay. Oh yeah, this is the 9. Well, I guess we already knew that, right? So no 6. Okay. 8, somewhere in here is an 8. Somewhere in here is a 9. It also has an 8 somewhere here. Oh, 8 is seeing that, so 8. What about a 1? 1 is not here, 1 is not here, so 1 is somewhere here. Since we know the 1 is right here and the 2 is right here, does this have a 3 in it? Like a 3, 6? Because the 6 is seeing that, so either the 6 is here, or could it be a 4, 5? Oh, it could still be a 4, 5. Okay, I don't want to label it yet then. Not quite yet. So if this is a 6, this could be a 5-4. If it's a 3, it could be a 5-4. Yeah, we know the 2's up here. Okay. All right, this has to be a 9 or a 6. 6. God, I still hope I'm doing this right. It's like a little part of me that's just like, like, what if I'm doing this all wrong? Oh God. Yeah, that has to be right. Wish I knew like exactly what ones these are. So I bet you I can find out what this is. Like my guess has always been it's a 5 because of like, you know, these can't be 5s. So like the 5 has to go somewhere here. But I don't know yet. I don't want to just put it in there. That's what she said. So these, I guess we can label that this has to have a 2 in it. 2, 7, and whatever these 2 are. But since we know the 2's here, that means we know that there's going to be a 2 here. If the 2's here, that means it'd be 2, 3, 4. That works. Okay. This one has to have a low in it, so it could be like it could be a 6-1 still. But it could also be like an 8-3. What about here? We have 9, 6, 7. We don't have 8 yet, so this could be an 8. I was gonna see if like this has to be a high number or a low number, but it doesn't really. It's not really there yet. All I know is that this has potential to be an 8. This can never be a 1 because then that would have to be a 2 down here, and this 2 is seeing this. So 1. 4. 4 works, unfortunately. So does 5. Damn. It's a lot more combinations than I thought there were going to be. Did I ever say if this is going to be a high number or a low number? Let me see. If this is high. Oh, do we have all high numbers. So this is either going to be, oh, this has to be a low number. Because 6, 7, 8, 9, and this can't be a 5. So can't be a 1, can't be a 2. So this is either going to be a 3 or a 4. If this is a 4, this would have to be a 9, which we can't be a 9. So this is a 3. And if it's 3, and I just said it can't be a 9, this is an 8. All right, so the 8's going to go somewhere here. Okay, did I do anything with the 3? If I said that that was a 3... It's like 3 has to go somewhere here, but 3 plus 6 can still work. Dang it, the Jupiter. Okay. I'm just going to label these. This could be a 5 or a 4, either one of them. I was like thinking, like, if this is a 4 or 5, that means it has to go here. Because whatever digit is here, it does have to go somewhere here, but I don't think it matters. Ooh, 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 ooh. This is a really good puzzle, by the way. But ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay. 4 or 5. This has to be a 4 or a 5. I was trying to figure out what this was because it has to add up to 6, or sorry, 9. I was saying one of the combinations has to be 4 plus 5. One of these has to be the 4 or 5, so it can't be a 4 or 5 here, which means this has to be a 3, 6 combination because again, the 2 7's already taken, and the 1 8, the 1's are and 8's have to be right here. So that's the only combination that there is left. In other words, this is going to be a 1 8 9 4 5. We don't know here. But what we do know is now that this is seeing this, this is not going to be our 6 1 at all. So I think we were saying earlier that it might be like for this to be a 6, to have it be a 6, it would have to have a 1 in it. Wait, I said that backwards. For this to have a 6, it would have to have a 1 in it. But it can never be a 6. So since it can't be a 6, can't be a 7, can't be a 9, we do know that the 8 has to be in here. And if the 8 has to be in here, that means one of the other digits has to be a 3. Or 2. Or a 1. Okay. All right, safe. Okay. This 3 is saying this. That can no longer be a 3. Let me see. I'm trying to see if this has to be a high or a low number. We have the 6, 7, 8, 9, so it has to be low, which means, again, it can't be a 3, it can't be a 2, so it's either going to be a 1 or a 4. If it is a 4, this would have to be a 9, so this can never be a 4, so this is our 1. So that means 1s, there's no longer there. And again, this can't be a 1 because that would have to be a 2. So this is our 1 up here. Let me get rid of that green. That means this is a 2. All right. 6, 7, 8, 9. That means the only high number that this can be, because it can't be a 6, 7, or a 9. It has to be an 8. All right. Groovy. Okay. So since we know that this is a 2, this can never be a 5 because it'd be 2, 3, 4. Actually, we just basically solved it. This is a 3. But yeah, since this is a 5 over here, last number that's going to be there is a 4. That 6 is seeing that over here. Good there. That 1 is seeing this. We have the 8 here. We have the 8 here. Clean it up a little bit. All right. 6, 6. 6 has to go in here, so 6 has to go here. Since we have a 2s have to be in here, this is going to be a 2, 6. Whatever you want to call it, triple, double. Double. That's what it is. A double. It's a double. Actually, yeah, never mind. Just ignore me. So this is a 7. We don't know if it's going to be a 4. Oh, actually, 4 seeing that, so we know the 4 is in there. Ooh, what about 2? Oh, wait, the 2's right here. 3. Yeah, we don't have 3 at all. So this is going to be a 7, 3. So we can label these. Actually, we can put it in. So this is going to be a 5. And this is going to be a 4. Our 4s are going to be down here. 5 is going to be right here. 3 is going to be right here. I think this is going to be a 3, 4, 5, by the way. This we know is going to be a 2, 3. Actually, we know all these. This is going to be a 5, 8. Yeah, 5, 8. And this is going to be a 4, 7. Okay. Can this be 8 ever? 8, 7. Nope. So yeah, so this is definitely going to be never a 7, so it's a 4. And then this can never be an 8. And just by the rule set completely, that's where that's going to land. And I think a lot of this is going to be Sudoku, but I'm just going to do this slow because I don't want to like mess anything up. I think on one of the last puzzles I like accidentally went too fast because I got super excited that we were almost done. So let's not do that again. Okay. Let us not mess things up. All right. This is going to be a 4 or a 5. Still don't know that. Is there any good? No red bands left. But we do still have these. I know 7 is still going to be one of them. Like most likely, I think. At least. Okay. 6. Since that can be a 6, 6 is going to go somewhere here. What about 9? Because it has to be one of the orange ones, but the 9 is seeing this. I could have put that in a long time ago. So that's our 9. Okay. This is if this is a 6, can't go up to a 7, so it'd have to be 6, 5, 4, and that works. Okay. So it could actually still be that. If that's a 3, that could still work too. Okay, so I can't really do anything there. Again, I know that there's going to be a 1 here somewhere. It's going to be a... Sorry, there is a 2 here. So that too. Okay, a 4 has to go in here. I'm actually just going to label that a little bit. A 4 has to go in here. Actually, I don't want to do that. I'm going to confuse myself. 4 has to go in here. Just going to continue saying that. Which means this can never be a 1. Because 4, 3, 2 can't go to 1. So this is our 1 down here. And this can't be a 1 because the 2's right there. So this is our 1. That's our 1. Did I get all the 1s? Excellent. 1s are down. Getting closer, getting closer. 2s are still here, but don't know quite yet. This could still be a 3, 4, 5, so I'm not gonna do anything there yet. But since we know that this is a 4, we also know that there has to be a 5 in it. Because it can't go lower than a 2. Oh, and the 5's seeing that. Yeah. So I just want to label these real quick. Trying to see if like there's any other portions that we can see. Because it can't go... Okay, that's what I wanted to see. Okay. I was trying to see if... this can be anything else. Wait, this could be still 3. This one can't be, but this one can. Okay. Yeah, because I just don't know if it goes higher than a 3 or a 6 yet. I still don't know that. Yeah, okay. All right, let's look back over here. 5 can go here. 5 cannot go there. What am I doing? All right, since we have that, 4, 4, 4. Four is already labeled up here, so we're good there. All right, I can label these since we have everything here. This is going to be a 6, 5. This is going to be a 2, actually, but the 2's seeing this, so this is going to be a 2. 9? Yeah. Now we know where the 9 was there. Okay, this one's seeing that, so that's our 6, that's our 9. I guess I can get rid of these coloring. Get rid of the coloring. Actually, I'm just gonna get rid of all of them. I don't know what the heck I'm doing. Why did I get rid of the coloring? I don't know. Because now it's like, ugh. So this is my eye has to like adjust to everything. Anyways, 6 sees that. That's 5. That's a 6. 6s are still there. We still don't know if it goes to a 3 or a 6, so we're gonna keep it there. We at least know the 5 is gonna be somewhere here. This is gonna be a 3 or 6. Actually, I'll just label it that. 3 or 6. Okay. Do we know this? Could still be a 3, 4, 5. Damn, it still can. That's crazy. All right, let's label other things really quick just so that we can continue going then. All right, so this is either going to be a 3 or a 6. Yep, nothing's stopping us. Ain't no stopping me, no. This is going to be is that the 9 up here? Yep, so that means this is actually a 9. That's an 8. So we know the 4 has to be here somewhere. This is either going to be a 3 or a 6. This 3, 6 actually sees this whole row. That's good to know. That means this can only be I'm gonna say a 2, but the 2 is seeing this. The pink is like stops me from seeing it for some reason. Anyways, it's either gonna be a 5 or a 7. Can this even be a 7? 4, 5, 6. No, it can't. So this is a 5. That's a 6. No, it's not. It can go down. It could be a 3. Hold on. Yeah, because I know it can't be a 7, so this has to be a 5. Okay. 7 has to go here. So that means the 7's here. 3 is here. This is a naked single now, so it's a 6. That's a 5. That's a 3. That's a 6. That's a 3. That's a 6. And that's a 3. Awesome. Oh, man. And that's 3 in the corner. That's 3 in the spotlight. Losing my religion. Woo! That was a puzzle. I'm actually really glad that we did that puzzle. That was a really clever puzzle. It's still not as fast as I thought I was going to get it to. But I did really like this puzzle a lot. I really liked the way that it opened up, and I really liked the way that this portion kind of broke out the puzzle, and this part. Like this part, along with this, like, just genius setting. Like, Fenners is the one that made this puzzle. Like it's very clever the way that came to be. I'm kind of sad that I didn't see this portion not being a 6 right away. I just sometimes when there's like so many rules like going, or like they blend together a little bit, I just like totally forget to see it, and then all of a sudden I was like, oh my god, this can't be a 6 because there's can't be 2 1s. Oh my god. But I really like the way that the 9s and the 8s, like, you had to kind of do some like pattern recognition and like see like, oh, you know what, this has to be different from here to here, which made this 7 pop out. I don't know if that's an intentional way of how I did it, but like the fact that that's the route I went and it did solve to this being 7, like I really like that puzzle portion of it. So anyways, hopefully you guys did this, and hopefully you guys had a lot of fun with this big brain puzzle. Again, I am MBW, the Megabit Warrior. Please like if you like this video, subscribe if you want to see more videos. We have a lot of content on this channel. Playing Breath of the Wild still on this channel, and of course live streams. There's a lot of stuff on this channel, and I would really appreciate if you guys tune in and say hi. You know, just comment and just be like, hey, thanks for doing this, and I'll be like, shed a tear, and I'll be like, you're welcome. I love you. But anyways, I'll do another one every other Sunday on a big brain puzzle on this channel. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Later.